Hey guys, how are we doing today? My name is Chris Johnson. I actually wasn't going to do a video. I really wasn't feeling up to it. But I went online and I was looking at the second round of the stimulus checks that have made proposals towards Senate, the House, Republicans, Democrats, all the above. And I noticed on several different categories when they were talking about these checks needed to be deployed as quickly as possible because our nation right now is under attack from lack of funds due to the pandemic that has swept across not only just our nation but across our globe. And I go back and I look at other countries around our world, and I see that they are heavily helping out their countries. And I've got to know one thing. Does our government really hate us this much? Or do you guys just not give a shit about your own nation? And before you even answer that, I want you to stop and take a look at what every other country in the world has been doing to help out their nations. And I want you to take a lesson from that. What they are doing is speaking volumes. What they are doing is actually holding their hand out, saying, here you go. We will help you recover. Because money is not going to be an option. Money is not going to be a factor in this. We're going to do what it takes to get our country back up on its feet. We will do what we have to do to get our country back to work. Money back in people's pockets. Helping them. Feeding families. Making sure bills are paid. Electric bills. Water bills. Rent bills. And any other bills that have come during this pandemic. I've got to know, does anyone in the White House have to honestly sit there and think that our country should wait on more stimulus checks to be deposited? Now, I'm going to make reference to something I said in my last video. I said stop being a part of the problem and start being a part of the solution. Y'all went back to being a part of the problem again. And let me explain to you how you did that. You decided that you were going to play the wait game when people across the nation need money. You decided, the hell with it. We'll just wait this out. Boy, I'm sure I'm glad the families of people who are suffering tremendously due to lack of funds, lack of food, lack of healthcare treatment, lack of this, lack of that, not being able to pay electric bills, water bills, and rent bills. And this is also something else I like to point out. And I've seen this time and time again since this pandemic has started. There was a ban put on electrical bills, water bills, and rent bills, stating that no evictions will be processed during this pandemic. It didn't stop it at all. And I have to agree with the landlords on some things. Just because y'all can't pay your rent doesn't mean my mortgage guy is not going to come show up my door and be like, hey, where's my money? I understand that. And that's where it also hits again, the electric and the water. People had their water turned off and electric turned off during this entire pandemic when it was supposed to put a freeze on it. And I don't understand why that wasn't stopped. And even if it was stopped, the electric company and everyone else, they would have been saving that money up. Be like, you know what? When we actually can do away with this ban, all of these funds are going to be slammed all at once out of nowhere. Now, please explain to me where that's right in any way. I mean, are you so fulfilled with greed in your head that you don't give two shits about your nation? That you'd rather cut someone's electrical or water off over something as money? You honestly give more shits about money than you do about a pandemic stripping across our entire globe. Now, our government, it sees us suffering, sees us hurting. It sees people having to constantly do without. And what are they going to do about the second stimulus? They said, we're going to wait. Boy, I'm glad families can wait to do without food. I'm glad, mortgage people, rent people, landlords, I'm pretty sure that all these bills will wait. No problem whatsoever. I find that really fascinating, since the people who are in the White House, they've got these lavish houses. They've got these lavish cars. They've got bank accounts way up there. So they're not hurting at all. And that's where it hit me. That's why they don't care. They're not hurting. So why in the hell should they give two shits about the people who are suffering in our own country? And you know what? It's pretty shameful when you turn on the news and you hear about this whole waiting game. Then you go online and you read what countries across the world are doing for their people. And it's like, why is our country making us wait when their countries won't make them wait? They'll step up. They'll do the right thing for their country because they have morals, they have care, they have love for their citizens. So what does that say about our country when instead of stepping up and doing the right thing, they step up and say, let's wait? Yeah, like waiting has ever solved anything in this world. No, it just makes that problem 10 times worse. But you don't care. You don't care because you're already taking care of yourself. Do any of you in the White House give two damn craps about this country? Show some love for our country. Show that you actually give a fuck. Put this whole entire fighting amongst yourselves out of the way. Stop doing a whole waiting game. Wait is what broke the damn bridge. Step up. Step up and help. That way our country can start to rise back up out of the ashes. You said if we needed the government's help, y'all would be there. You are not doing it. You are not acting as a government. You are acting as a group of individuals who care more about how much money is being distributed versus people who are suffering. That's where the whole problem is right there. That's where the whole issue is. And that's disgusting. We as a nation shouldn't have to sit back and wait for our government to actually do what they are paid to do. And that is help out your own damn country. It's pretty pathetic that I have to tell you to do this. That's sad. I can come up in there and run things better than you guys can. But then again, I wouldn't make my country wait for help. I would give them help in a crisis of time being like this. I want you to take a second, our lovely government. I want you to turn on the news from other countries, and I want you to see what they're doing for them. And then I want you to shake your head in disbelief that you're not doing this. And I want you to ask yourself, should we be ashamed of ourselves? Here's your sign. Think about that. Think about that long and hard. We are supposed to be the greatest country in the world, but right now, we look like shit. There's an old saying that simply goes when it comes to football teams and basketball teams and stuff like that. Every basketball team is only as good as its coach. Every football team is only as good as its coach and its leaders. Shitty coach, shitty team leadership ain't gonna be worth a damn. And here we stand today. Our country can only be as good as the government that is trying to run it. And right now, we are failing miserably because our government refuses to do the right thing. I shake my head in shame. I do. Because our families across this nation should have been helped majorly. Majorly. But you don't give a damn. You don't care as a government. You don't care that your people are suffering. You just don't care. And you proved you don't care when you said, let's wait. Really? That's our government's lovely solution. That's their lovely problem solver for this entire issue. Let's wait. How many more deaths do you want? How many more people's lives can be cut off? How many more people got to suffer because you want to wait? How much more are you willing to sacrifice? How much more of America are you actually willing to put on the burner? How much more do you need? Stop worrying about this as a, well, we put money out there and let's see what that's done. You putting $1,200 per person out there nowadays is like putting $20 in somebody's hand. Do you not see the prices on today's markets that we live in? The prices are just booming high. Government, why do I gotta tell you this? I want you to prove to our nation government that you actually give a damn. Put more money into the pockets of people. We are citizens who have to suffer because of this, because of y'all. Do you realize that's a real fucked up thing for a citizen to say about his own government? But we have to sit here and suffer because y'all want to wait? Do you know how pathetic that sounds coming from an American that had to say that about his own government? And what's more pathetic about it is, and this is coming straight up from all the proof and all the evidence and all everything, what's more pathetic is what I'm saying here is 100% absolutely fucking true.